We've had this Gen Y gooseneck hitch on this RV for almost 2 years now. And today we're going to be giving you our complete review as we drive the backwoods of Georgia on our way to the Outer Banks. We'll be going over the process of hitching up, discussing ride quality, measuring clearance and turn radius, going over the pros and cons of a gooseneck style versus a fifth wheel style hitch, and answering all of your questions about towing our fifth wheel with a gooseneck hitch. And in an unexpected turn of events, we completely flood our RV.
Oh my gosh.
And since we're already on a roll with doing things we've never done before. So is today the day? Are you gonna teach me to hitch up? That was attempt one. Whoa!
Oh my.
We are getting ready to hitch up and head out here this morning, but real quick to let you know what we're running on our fifth wheel, we have the Gen Y Executive Torsion Flex gooseneck hitch. So you completely remove your traditional fifth wheel pin box and install this. It bolts right up. We actually did it ourselves almost 2 years ago. And then in the back of the truck, we have the ball. I'll show you that. You can probably tell that we do not have a long bed truck. We have a Ram 3500 mega cab with the standard truck bed size, 6'4" I believe it is. And in the back of it, we have our Gen Y offset goose puck. It drops right in here to the OEM puck system. There's the center puck, and it offsets the ball about 5 inches to help with the turn radius. Before we got the gooseneck, we were running a fifth wheel slider hitch, and we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of clearance when we were turning because Craig was not about to bust out the back window. So, and then there are 2 other connection points in the other 2 front pucks. And then of course we have our chain loops. I think they have a new goose puck now that combines the chain loops and attaches in the back 2 pucks instead of the front 2 pucks. And I kind of want that one if I'm being honest.
So contrary to popular belief, hitching up a gooseneck hitch is basically just like hooking up a regular hitch. All you do is push your button over here and then we just push auto level.
No, what?
What? What?
Auto hitch.
Oh, just kidding.
Okay, I'm sorry guys. We switched roles a little bit this morning and I usually do this part.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
Now we push auto
hitch. It's not gonna work now probably. Okay, retracting rear. We have a fun extra step during this of praying that our right front jack goes up because that ain't been happening lately. We've been having issues with it. It just does what it wants and it doesn't always do what we want.
Y'all saw that?
Pick my nose.
Y'all saw that?
Is it going? Is it going? Is it going? Here it goes, here it goes. It might be happening. It requires special surveillance.
I think we're done.
No, we're not.
I think it's good to go. I can clear that.
I don't know what happened. Next step, you want to make sure that your gooseneck is actually going to clear your truck bed.
And ball.
And ball. So if your auto hitch height doesn't work, adjust accordingly.
He's a good boy. He's my buddy. That's a good boy. So this is a part a lot of people seem to be a little bit concerned with. It's not a big concern for us, and if you're wondering what I'm talking about, that's lining the ball up with the hitch, or the hitch with the ball. I guess you're lining the ball up with the hitch since that's what's moving. Anyways, we got a big old fancy camera back there that just shines right down into the bed of the truck, and I can actually zoom in on the ball in the bed of the truck and get pretty accurate with the hitch by using the camera. Other ways people have done it, like somebody posted in, I believe, our community and said they'll stick like a pool noodle on top of the ball that sticks up, so as soon as the hitch hits the pool noodle, you know it's kind of sitting right over the ball. Somebody else mentioned a magnetic solar mount camera, so if you don't have a camera and you want the camera, you could add one. Anyways, you ready? Come on back. And then I'll typically stand here too to just make sure that we are nice and lined up. A little bit more, and stop. And now, we're off center.
I think it's okay.
Okay, let's see
I think
what
it's
happens.
within the parameters.
On the Gen Y, the way it's shaped, it gives you like a couple inches around the ball to be off center. So because of the way it's shaped, it makes the ball kind of just slide into the hole, even if you're off by, I think it's like 2 inches all the way around or something.
So let's see if we're close enough. You do not have to hold the like snap latch thing open. It will just do its own thing. It'll pop up and then back down to latch. There it goes. See? We were close enough. Now we can retract all. And we hook up the chains, our breakaway cable, and the power cord. The chains are something that you don't have to have with a fifth wheel hitch, but you do have to have
With any kind of ball hitch.
Any kind of ball hitch.
Yep.
And then after we get all this stuff up, we'll be ready to go. If you've been watching for a while and you notice that we used to have the red snap latch on our Gen Y, now we have the gray one. We updated it just to stay consistent with what's new and what they have. The red snap latch did work fine. Somebody was actually asking that question, like, should they change over? There was nothing wrong with the red snap latch, but the gray one was actually quite simple. We didn't even have to pull it open before coming down on the ball. You just come down on the ball and it automatically sets itself. And then you'll see what we do when we go to unhitch later on. Compared to the fifth wheel hitch, is it easier, harder, or what, doing a gooseneck, in your opinion? Hitching up specifically.
I don't think it's any harder or easier hitching up with it.
One thing I just thought of that is easier is if we need to hitch up from an angle other than straight on.
Oh yeah, that makes it easier. So I think if you can't be completely straight, hitching up with a gooseneck's better. I would say probably hitching up to a fifth wheel hitch is better if you don't have the backup camera or like we have, because you can typically see the fifth wheel hitch looking behind you and be able to line it up a little bit better.
Ah, I see. Yeah. So there's pros and cons, I guess. And we're off. And if you're wondering why we're taking the back roads to the Outer Banks instead of the interstates, it's literally solely because we didn't want to drive on I-10 to I-95. Especially.
Yeah. We don't want to go around Atlanta, and we don't like 95, so.
So when I saw this route that was basically straight diagonally through Georgia on some kind of back roads, I was like, let's try it. Why not?
Yeah.
We'll not have to be on 95 for as long.
Now, hopefully we don't run into any short bridges or weight limit. Roads with weight limits.
Yes, that's what you meant. The other week we posted on our YouTube community page and asked if you guys had any questions about the gooseneck setup, and you did. Our first question is, why switch from a fifth wheel to a gooseneck setup? That's a good question. Why did we do it? Why'd you want this?
My biggest reason is because I wanted more space in the bed of the truck. And with the Gen Y gooseneck setup, I can have literally the entire bed in 2 minutes by popping out the ball. Or if I towing, I still get a significant amount of more room in the bed of the truck to carry stuff. When we first switched to the Gen Y, we were boondocking a lot more, and it was always a challenge to fill our water bladder with the fifth wheel hitch in the bed to carry back to our RV where we were boondocking at. So that played a big role in it.
And because we were boondocking more, we had a lot of situations where it was difficult to get right into our spot because we had to be perfectly straight with the truck and the RV in order to unhitch the fifth wheel hitch and pull out. We couldn't unhitch if the truck was at any weird angles.
No, matter of fact, we backed into a campground where I had to back it in and the truck was like at a 45-degree angle, and I had to dismantle half of the fifth wheel hitch. Oh my
gosh, I forgot about that.
And lift it up out of the bed of the truck with the RV jacks just to be able to unhitch and get out of the road. It was a nightmare.
Our biggest concern was clearance. Again, Craig does not want to smash out the back of our truck window. But we had some friends and they had the exact same truck as us, the Mega Cab, and they had the Gen Y gooseneck with the offset goose puck, and they said it worked great for them. We saw how it worked for them, and we decided we were going to buy the Gen Y hitch. And about 2 years ago, we reached out to Gen Y and said, hey, we want to get this hitch. We're going to get this hitch, but we think we could create some cool content around it if you guys want to partner with us. And they did, and that's how we've been partnered with them for almost 2 years now. The next biggest question that people seem to have is something along the lines of this. How does that hitch affect the structural integrity of the whole unit, as most frames are built with a standard fifth wheel hitch in mind? It's been said that changing the fifth wheel hitch to a gooseneck can introduce new areas of stress to the frame and walls that can lead to failure. Can you touch on this subject? And usually coupled with that is, does it void the frame warranty in the RV? And I guess the reason why we're not concerned about it is for a couple reasons. One, our RV specifically, Brinkley, honors the warranty with a Gen Y gooseneck hitch because Brinkley and Gen Y partnered up to do a study, which they used a third party to do this study, where they tested out the gooseneck hitches on the RVs and measured all of the stress points and vibrations. It was actually really cool. I will link their video in the description below, where they went on this course in the RVs. We were going, and they found actually that there was less stress, less vibrations, and less like damage to the RV using specifically the Gen Y torsion flex technology that they have on their gooseneck hitch, because it flexes up and down, as you guys have seen.
Yep.
Now, are we experts, frame experts? No. We can only tell you what we've seen. This next question is bringing us to our next section that we're going to be talking about, the ride quality of the gooseneck hitch. The question is, does it feel as stable side to side as a traditional hitch? I've heard that it has more rock side to side on tight turns or when making quick moves to avoid hazards.
I don't necessarily notice any difference with the way it had like rocks or anything like that. And I think the only time you would really notice a difference, because most fifth wheel hitches, the plate on the hitch can pivot side to side some amount. And so same with the thing, and I'm not saying the fifth wheel hitch pivots more than a gooseneck, but they both pivot still. The only time you're really going to notice a big difference is if like you're dropping off of a curve on one side of the RV, or maybe you're out boondocking and there's a rut that you have to go through on one side. It might pivot more, but I don't think you're really going to notice much movement side to side, extra movement side to side.
And the other big thing with ride quality is chucking. So the Gen Y gooseneck has a 1,000 mile break-in period, where some people do notice some chucking, and after that it typically goes away. We didn't really notice much at all, even in our first break-in period. The only time Craig always says is when we're going over bridges, and you have those joints and you can kind of feel it a little bit then. This is what happens when you take back roads in Georgia.
We're not even on a back road. I think he could be on a back road.
There's a tractor up here. He's holding everybody
We're
up.
going 10 miles an hour right now.
Old tractor guy up here. Come on, just pull off to the gas station, tractor man.
Yeah, just let us go by.
Let us go by.
The line of cars behind us right now. And I know they all think it's me because they can't see around me.
I know, that dang RV up there going so slow. It's not us people. Well, let's talk a little bit about that torsion flex technology. So you can see on the Gen Y hitches, they have those arms that pivot up and down to absorb some of that impact when you're going over bumps. And I will say, we went to Alaska last summer and the frost heaves were really heaving, but it helped a lot. The bumps definitely did not feel inside the truck like I thought they were going to feel looking at them and going over them initially on the road. So I do think that helps quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. I'm super focused on this only going 10 miles an hour right now, guys. We drove this entire town behind these people right now. Why can't they just let us go by? I don't understand.
moseying along these Georgia back roads and things are going good. We have maybe another hour before we make it to our destination for tonight, but we're going through Augusta and we're gonna pull off. There's a huge parking lot where we can showcase the clearance and turn radius, because I don't think the RV park we're going to tonight is gonna make us make any 90-degree angle turns or anything like that. All right, made it to our parking lot here at the mall, because malls are empty now. So when you're installing the Gen Y Gooseneck, there are multiple holes usually on where you install the pin box that you can choose from. You want to make sure that it's pretty much level. Ours is pretty level, ride's pretty level.
So with our Gen Y setup, we actually have about, I don't know, it's like 8 inches of clearance. You can actually see on my bed cover rail where our last hitch would hit and gouged it out a lot, chipped the paint and stuff. But this one doesn't even almost, don't even come close.
All right, let's measure it, see if Craig's guesstimation, how accurate it was.
Put your guesses in the comments now, don't cheat. We are 7 inches.
Let me see. Proof.
Well, just over 6 3/4. So
Okay.
like 6 7/8, somewhere in there.
Not bad. And we have it on the second bolt hole from the top.
So we're going to show you guys how tight of a turn we can get. I'm going to back into the turn, that way we don't put as much strain on the wheels, because you don't typically want to just be out there trying to turn as sharp as you can and dragging your rear axle and tires around. So we're going to back into it and see just how sharp we could back into it, I guess.
I know you guys ask all the time, like, how sharp can you turn for when you're out there boondocking or you get yourself in a sticky situation? You want to make sure you're going to be able to get out of it. So, all right, let's stop there. We got a couple inches here and we are turned at a, what degree angle would you say?
Almost 90.
Almost 90. I would say a little bit more, maybe 100-degree angle. We are literally never making turns this tight. But yeah, yeah, literally almost 90. Look at that. And we probably could make the 90, but you know, why chance it? But you see, when you make these tight turns, your tires get kind of wonky looking. So really, don't do this very often. Only if you're trying to get yourself out of a sticky situation. But the nice thing about the Gen Y is that we could have unhitched right there at that 90-degree turn if we needed to. If we got ourselves in a situation and we needed to drop it and reposition or something like that, we could have chalked everything and unhitched, unlike with a fifth wheel hitch where you're going to need to be able to pull straight out of it, especially if you have a sliding hitch. So somebody asked, hey guys, we have the Gen Y getting out on our new fifth wheel. I picked up the B&W ball mostly due to it coming in a compact case and we have an 8-foot bed. Does that seem like the right ball combo? We looked into the Gen Y hitch ball thing, but didn't think the offset was good for a long bed. Excited to see more fifth wheel stuff.
I don't think it's needed for a long bed. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt if you got that. It wouldn't be any difference than like what we have. It's just not needed.
Yeah, because their ball is going to be set further back anyways, right?
Yeah, with the long bed, the ball's not as close to the cab. So that's all the one like we have does. The offset just gets the camper further from the cab of the truck.
Now we'll get back on the road, headed to our RV park for the night. Aiken RV Park. Here we are in Aiken, South Carolina.
Normally what I do first is unhook the power. That way if Victoria plugs the power into the thing out there. Some trucks are weird about it, so I just try to unhook the power before that happens. And then unhook the brake, breakaway switch, unhook my chains. And then pull the switch.
Nice, that was easy. So it just stays up. If you have the older style and are wondering how this works, pull that cable. That stays in the upright position until we unhitch. And then just like normal, we're gonna lower our front jacks down, which should pop it right off the ball. It's coming. There we go. There we go.
So some people have asked about the ball getting stuck when trying to unhitch. A couple of things we do is we use lubricant. I spray inside here before we hitch up every time. Right now I'm trying to dry lube to see if it will be, if it'll work. It's not as good, but it is a lot less messy. So I don't know, the regular grease works a lot better, like hitch grease. Also, if it gets kind of like in a bind when we're trying to lift it up, the RV up, we'll rock the truck back and forth, like you'll go put it in drive or put it in reverse to try and take some tension off the ball so it can slip on up.
And it usually will just pop right on up when we do that. In our last video, several of you let us know that we probably didn't install that new water line fitting quite correctly, especially given that we were using the soft tubing. Oh my gosh. And man, do we wish that that video had come out just a few days earlier so that we had seen those comments before all this happened. But yep, that's exactly what happened. The soft tube just popped right off that fitting. Terrible. Stupid hose. No, not this well. I don't even know how we're gonna get underneath everything. How's there water in here? That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. So Craig woke up and got out of bed at 6 a.m. this morning and then was like, Victoria, it's flooding. And it was flooding. So there was basically water everywhere, literally everywhere, pouring out of the underbelly. Apparently the little hose on the drinking faucet thing we just installed popped off. And I don't know how many hours it was flooding. Any words, sir?
I probably just wouldn't install one. I don't think your RV needs more water lines.
I think we should have used the rigid water line, I guess.
They should have supplied all the fittings you needed to install that sucker instead of making me guess. Anyways, there's like a whole puddle underneath the RV. It's still just dripping out there. I made the RV lean to the front corner pretty aggressively. So any water in the underbelly, all of it has to go to that area for the most part. There's like
some holes in it.
Yeah, well, there was already some holes up there, so hopefully we didn't do too much damage down there. But I mean, like Victoria said, it's been leaking going for hours. If this isn't a sign for you to get dang water monitor things.
We're ordering some from Amazon like right now. Now.
We knew we needed them.
We'll put whatever ones we order in the description.
And it's a travel day today, so.
I say that's a good thing because at least like airflow will be coming through. I feel like, and like inertia. So all the water, if there's any left in the underbelly, it should like go to the back and find a way to like get out, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping some air will be able to circulate up under the underbelly somehow. I mean, through the edges and stuff like that. It's not like airtight or anything.
We had to empty everything out. It's still kind of a mess in here. Like, there's still water, I think, leaking from. The worst part is underneath this island because we can't really get under there, but you can see it's still like wet right here, which means there's probably water under leaking out. I don't know. Probably be all right.
I'll just have some swelled up trim and cabinet doors and stuff. That's all.
That's all.
Nothing major, other than nothing shutting right and everything being wet and moldy. That's all. Not major.
So the water's been off for over an hour. Let's check the status of the underbelly. So there was a huge pile of water under here. It has dried up some, but the water was reached all the way back there, so it definitely has dried up a lot, but it's still pouring out. Fans running here, here. I drove by myself. Look, I still drive, guys, to bring all of our laundry. We got so much laundry, especially now that we have used every single towel in the house. But oh my gosh, the bag is breaking open. Traveling in an RV, they said. It'll be fun, they said. No, it is fun, but it's never boring. That's for sure. One of these Marengo hose washers today. Gosh. Little big grass never hurt anybody. Little big grass never hurt nobody. It's fine. Let's see though. Is it done leaking underneath the RV? Let's see, let's see. It's not done leaking yet, surprisingly. Okay, I think we've gotten our flooding issue, whatever you want to call it, our mishap, water leaking everywhere thing as cleaned up as we can possibly get it.
Yeah.
It's almost stopped dripping down below.
There's definitely places like you can't get to get water out if you flood.
Yeah.
So don't flood your RV, I guess.
Pro tip from Craig and Victoria. But let's get back to the topic at hand, okay? We need to wrap this up by going over our pros and cons of a gooseneck versus traditional fifth wheel hitch. So I would say the biggest pro of a gooseneck hitch is having your truck bed back.
Yeah, being able to have your full bed back in a matter of minutes.
And I would say ride quality, I think, is slightly improved.
I think so.
That would be a pro. I know they've got some fancy fifth wheel hitches out now that I think probably have pretty good ride quality overall.
We only know about what we've had.
Yeah, we only know what we've had, so for us, a little bit better.
Also, all of our stuff has been catered to a short bed truck. So like we had the Pull Right Super Glide hitch before the Gen Y offset.
The other pro, I think, is being able to hitch up and unhitch from any angle, especially with boondocking.
Yeah, that's been pretty nice.
Cons of a gooseneck hitch?
Cons of a gooseneck hitch are going to be...
I would say it's if you already have a fifth wheel hitch on your RV, switching to a gooseneck is a little pricey. It's not a cheap hitch.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably the biggest con, is you probably have a hitch on your RV already.
And most RVs come with a fifth wheel hitch, so that it is like an
investment.
Pricey switch over.
However, to help you a little bit with the expensive part, if you are thinking of getting the Gen Y hitch, scan this QR code and use our code WILDRVLIFE. It's going to save you a little bit of money at checkout. So it'll be a little less expensive to get this really cool hitch. Now, lastly, which I think will wrap up this video. Somebody said, love y'all's videos. Thank you. My question is, have you taught your wife how to do this stuff? It's scary for those who don't know how to do it, but I feel like it's something we should learn. Things happen out of our control, and I'd hate to be stuck somewhere. My biggest fear is hitching up our rig without damaging it. So is today the day, or are you gonna teach me to hitch up?
You can go figure it out. I had to figure it out on my own.
Okay, here I go, by myself.
I'll just be in here.
In your truck.
It's our truck.
I got the keys.
So what we need to do?
Well, you need to press auto hitch, because that's...
I know what I need to do. What do you need to do?
That's what I usually do. I need to open the truck bed. Here. And I need to move this out of the way.
All right, so I need to raise this guy up, right?
Y'all don't let me forget, I still need to do Starlink, but we can hitch up before we do Starlink. Okay. I sprayed the dry lube up in the hitch, getting the dogs loaded up so that I can have full distractions just like Craig. I'm gonna start by trying to get a more straight on angle. And then we will go back. Now we do this camera again and we zoom in. But we don't get the lines, huh, when we're zoomed out. Taking a lot of concentration. I got better zoom in again. Okay. Okay, we're over this. Oh gosh, so fast. Let me know if I'm gonna hit anything. I don't think I'm over enough at all. I'm not close enough, am I?
What do you mean?
I don't think I'm close enough. The passenger side?
Yeah.
Okay, that was attempt 1. Oh!
Oh my.
Let's go back and drive. Just a little bit. No, stay back, Maverick. It's not smooth, it's not graceful, but
Alright.
let's go to neutral like you did. Okay?
Oh.
Do you think it'll go down?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. I might have got this on my second try, y'all. I probably shouldn't have let Craig know I could do this. He's gonna be wanting me to take over his job. Did it do it?
Yeah. It's all done.
I did it.
You ain't finished hooking up everything.
I know, but I got the hard part done. Going park. Now we got some more work to do out here. It only took me 2 tries though to line up with the ball. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you was doing some snake maneuvers there for a minute. I didn't know what all that was, but you got there.
Okay, so now first we'll go ahead and attach the breakaway cable. Now we need this thing. Did I do it?
Did you?
Well, I mean, I gotta move this here. And then close this. I'm pretty sure I did it.
Yeah, looks good to me. If our RV falls off the back of the truck on the way there, guys, you know what happened, okay? You were here witnessing it all with me.
We gotta take Starlink down. Yep, brakes work. All right, well, what a journey. We did a few things we never done before, like flood the RV, and I hitched up the RV to the truck. And we shared some cool stuff with you about our Gen Y hitch. Remember to check the link in the description if you want to see our exact Gen Y hitch, or check out Gen Y in general and use our code WRVL to save you a little bit of money.
Guys, if you thought she was gonna take longer to do it, and she got it on her second try, guys. All I'm saying is I think that's worth a subscribe, okay? Go ahead and click the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't like it, give us a hype. I don't know, that's a new thing or something.
Oh, we are really trying to reach 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So I don't want to beg, but please, 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 if you don't mind clicking that subscribe button.
I'll beg. I ain't above that. Please, I want it so bad.
It was our big goal for 2025. We are so close, but it's gonna be close if we
realistically,
don't get...
we had a few goals that we had set for ourselves at the beginning of this year, and this is the only one that has not been reached and might not make it by the end of this year. So please, if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button, guys.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll keep you posted on the flooded RV.